Hey, this is Justin. There's something very liberating for me for waking up in the morning and coming up with an idea and doing something about it and making a difference each day. And I sort of want to systemize the process for making that happen. And here's an attempt at actually doing that. So there's things that I think about that are like fully broken. The one that's on my mind right now is the hiring process. I left my company unofficially end of September and officially end of December. And for a long period of time had an interest of going back and working into a company, working with another company. The problem is, or the challenge I faced was like the process for getting hired. It could take like 6 months to 8 months to really find the right position. And maybe it takes less than that if you put it in. It wouldn't be a pleasurable process. So I'd be spending 6 months to 8 months of my life going through the hiring process to get a job that we don't even know what it's going to be when you actually get in there, because no job is what it actually is when you get in there. That's not necessarily a bad thing. So the return on investment for going through some work, going through some jobs is going for jobs is a little bit challenging. So what I did is I started doing some consulting and on working with projects with people that I trusted and that trusted me, and I believed in the vision. The first company I worked with and currently working with is nonfiction research. I believe in the thesis of the work that they do. I like the people that are involved with it, and that is something that's growing. I've also looked for products that I couldn't necessarily do without. To be able to work with and to potentially work with, and then started having conversations with companies that are doing that sort of work. The other thing from a career, but that's like, I'm in a little bit of a unique position myself because I do have the opportunity for some flexibility, but most people don't. So great that I can solve a problem for myself creatively, but now how do you start solving problems at a proper level? That's what I want to start working on. So from a recruiting perspective, the best thing that I have found right now is a tool. The CEO, his name is Tim Connors. I think I got that correct. And it's called Use Pearl. We're connected on Twitter. And so, yep. And I'll correct that if that's wrong. And it's texting, right? You sign up for a text list, text back to find out what you're looking for, and then makes a match potentially. Now I signed up for it. We had a conversation. Again, the work that I do is pretty niche, so I haven't heard anything back around it. But it's reduced the cognitive load, right? It's not a big headache to be able to go through the process with them. So even though nothing has happened, I'm not wasting cycles and a ton of energy waiting. So I think that's a positive disruptor in that right direction. I also saw Justin Mitchell, the CEO of Yak, started something yesterday, I think called Secondhand Hires. Again, I'm doing this stuff from memory. I should have better references, but I'll share the references. Secondhand Hires, which is great for people who don't get hired inside of a company. They can get referred to somebody else, right? They're not the exact fit, or they want to do something, but there's no match in the moment. Then they can get referred out. Another interesting disruptor, right, for that type of work. So I've been thinking about like the cycles, right? Like there's things that are broken or major pain points with people. There's tools that aim to disrupt. What I do is I experiment myself. I try them. Then they gain some momentum. That's key, and I think that's where I like to bring a lot of people to these new things to start building the momentum around. And then they grow a critical mass. And I think about like Yak in this place, right? Yak's in a place where they've got momentum. They don't have critical mass. It's not common for people to think about meetings and as asynchronous audio right now. Then they can become a alternative new normal, and then they become a category ruiner. And I took up Yak has been a category ruiner for me. Like it's ruined the ways of going back to a normal way of doing meetings. Amazon is great as a category ruiner, right? They're just like they've ruined the shopping experience. Like for a good, they've ruined the shopping experience for doing it any other way. So I think that's the cycles that you go through. So I think it's important, at least for me personally, to experiment. You got to try a lot of things to find those things that like this could potentially have legs. And my experience personally is I get really excited about something. I'm on day 2 of Rally. Like I woke up this morning, it's like I can't get involved. I get involved. I get really excited about Rally, and I could check my portfolio, and I want to see if there's other coins I can support. I applied for a coin myself, so I'm really excited about them. Now, I'll know within 2 weeks or not if my excitement maintains. It has nothing to do with them, right? It just has to do with me, like if it maintains. So, but most things don't even get to that excitement phase, right? But if they don't even get to that excitement phase, they probably don't even have a chance. Whereas like, not even excitement phase, like where like you focus on it completely, but you want to use it over and over again. So excited to share about this and pontificate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this out. This is going to be a yak, or it is a yak right now. I'm going to translate into otter. It'll become a podcast, a little bit of a blog post. And then I'm actually thinking about starting to tokenize these ideas to see, to start to take the temperature of people who are actually interested in working in some of these things. Now, I said a whole bunch of different things and just seeing what feedback these start to spark. And then tomorrow we'll either advance the ideas or one of the ideas that's in here, or we'll start new. And now new probably won't be a completely set of different ideas, but it'll be a different cut on some of the similar ideas. So have an amazing day, and thanks so much.